Welcome to the Coffee with Cheryl podcast, the podcast for women over 50 who want to live their best life right now. Imagine having the courage to reinvent your life financially, professionally, personally, and spiritually. Join Cheryl and guests as they share practical tips and resources to inspire you to achieve the lifestyle of your dreams. So grab your favorite mug. It's time for Coffee with Cheryl.
Welcome to the Coffee with Cheryl podcast, a podcast for women over 50 who want to live their best life right now. I am your host, Cheryl Garrison. I'm an author. I'm a coach. I am a champion for women over 50. I hope that over the past few weeks that you have learned some things about it, what it means to live your best life right now. And today we're going to talk about something a little different, do a little bit of a different format because this is a different time right now for me. And I want to talk today about living your best life while being overwhelmed. I know many of you have had those times when these things are just coming at you one after the other and you just feel like, how am I going to deal with all of these things? But then it doesn't matter what comes. If you have goals, if you have dreams, you can't let any of those things stand in the way of what you promised yourself that you would do and what you promised the people in your community that you would do. Now today, it's very difficult for me to do this podcast because my oldest sister has been extremely ill. She's been in the hospital for almost 2 weeks. She's suffering from some major ailments. And me and my other sister and the rest of my family, we've been going back and forth to the hospital to help her husband care for her. And it is overwhelming. If any of you have had someone in the hospital who's very ill, you know how overwhelming it is to have that happen, and you want the best care for them. And the thing about our family is that we're really big advocates. We don't like to leave anyone in the hospital without having someone there to advocate for them. And so it's been day and many, many evenings at the hospital helping to care for my sister and making sure that she gets the best care possible through the hospital staff. And that is happening. So with that said, this week, I really didn't have time to prepare a podcast based on a subject that would leave you with a lot of tips and a lot of ways to make this a better week. And then I really wasn't going to do the podcast. But then I thought, first of all, I made a commitment to this community and to myself that every Monday I would release a podcast on a subject that will help you live your best life right now. And even though I hadn't thought about what I would talk about, I realized that my topic was in what I was living right now. And that's this big overwhelm, not just in that, but also when these things happen, your work doesn't get done and things around the house don't get done and things begin to pile up. But you find a way to do it all. Because it doesn't matter the overwhelm. God gives us the strength. He gives us the faith, and He gives us His grace to get through anything that we encounter. And I am so blessed that I have a relationship with the Father that when things like this happen, I can leave it in His hands, and He will help me get through. Now, I'm not preaching today. I just want you to know where I come from in terms of the way I live my life. So my thought today is to just leave you these words. We all have times in our lives that we get overwhelmed. and that things seem to be coming at us one thing at a time. And if it's not happening to us, it's happening to someone around us. And the thing I want to leave you with now, especially as women over 50, we get a lot of that because some of us are caring for our parents. We're caring for older children who are having issues. We're caring for spouses who may be going through things, and we're caring for family members who need us. And at this time in our lives, we have the time to take care of them in whatever way that they need help with. And sometimes it's not dealing with health, it's dealing with a lot of other things. But when it comes, when you have that feeling of, oh, I just don't know how I'm going to get any of the things I need to do done, remember this. When you set goals and you make plans for your life, you have to dig deep within yourself to make them come true and to make them happen. My son, who is 30, well, he will be 30 on his next birthday, we were in the network marketing business together, and he was still in college at the time, and he was really doing very well. He's an athlete, he's very competitive, and he had these goals for himself every day to talk to a certain number of people or do a certain amount of activity for that day before he hit head to pillow. And he did not let any day go by where he didn't accomplish those goals. And I know he probably learned that from his dad and I, that when you set a goal and when you have a commitment to something, you attempt to make sure that it happens no matter what's going on in your life. If you can't do it, you make arrangements for someone else to do it. So what I'm telling you today is when you have those feelings of overwhelm, just dig deep in yourself, and see if you have what it takes to get through whatever's going on at the time. Now, there are some things that can happen to you where it's affecting your own ability, physical ability to do some things, and you shouldn't try to push through times like that. You need to give yourself permission to get the rest you need or to take care of any issues relating to your own health and your own well-being. But as long as you are able, when you have those overwhelming moments, the way to make yourself get through those and the way to sort of take some of the pressure off is to just dig deep and get it done. Dig deep, breathe deep, and get it done. And you will find that you will have so many more things accomplished in your life because almost every day can bring on those overwhelming experiences. So while I didn't have anything prepared officially for this today's podcast, I wanted to just leave that with you. That if you are feeling like there's just so much, I don't know how I'm going to get it done, prioritize it and just plow through it. Because at the other end of it, you will see the reward. So hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. I am having my coffee, and I hope you are too. And I hope that you are getting the things done you need to get done, and that when you do feel that overwhelming feeling, that you will sit down, prioritize things, and then look at those things that you know that you can get done without compromising your own health or compromising a situation that needs you. So I hope this helped those of you who are experiencing that like I am right now. And I tell you, I will feel so much better today because I didn't do what I wanted to do and not do this podcast. That was what I truly wanted to do. I wanted to say there just won't be one this week. But I took a deep breath and I knew that something would come and that I would leave you with something. And so I hope I left you with something that will help you live your best life, not tomorrow, not 3 years from now, but right now, today. Have a wonderful Monday, and I will see you next Monday on the podcast.